Good morning children. Children, in this class we are going to know more about the lesson called flowers colors. In this class we also know about the characteristics of the flowers. So in the last class we learned about the flowers, they are growing in different seasons. For example, jasmine, jasmine plant, it bear the flower during summer season. So in the same way, during rainy season, the plant called dahlia plant, they bear the flower, is it? And then chrysanthemum, it's a flower, it bear the flower during winter season. So children, we know this in the last class. And also we learned about the conversation between the teacher and then the students. So we already know about this because of the conversation between the teacher and the students in this lesson. So now also I am going to read the conversation between teacher and then students. So before that, we need to know the characteristics of the flowers. So children, collect the different flowers in your locality and observe them carefully, and so they are classified, they are grouped based on their some characteristics. So I am going to take three types of the flowers, that is jasmine, sunflower, chrysanthemum. So we see they have a different color, different shape, and number of petals are different and their fragrance is different. Some flowers have good fragrance, some they don't have any fragrance, is it? So these are the characteristics of the flowers. So the color, it is the one characteristic of the flower. In the same way, shape, number of the petals and the fragrance, they are also characteristics of the flowers. So here I am giving the characteristics. We are going to know the characteristics of these flowers. Characteristics of these flowers, which are the jasmine, sunflower, chrysanthemum. So tell me the children, what is the color of the jasmine flower? It is white in color, is it? So the jasmine flower color is white. What is its shape? So the flower, it is round or oval in shape. Is it? The jasmine flower is oval or round in shape or oval in shape. Is it? It is like this. Have you seen this? Like this flower, I don't know. Just I am showing this. So shape resembles like oval. So then what is the number of petals? Maybe 7, 5. Is it 5 to 6 or 5 to 7? 5 to 7. It's petals. How many petals? It is 5 or 6 or 7. So what's its fragrance? So it has a fragrance. So the smell again, it has a good fragrance. Is it? So that's why I wrote it yes. Is it? So then sunflower. So what is the color of the sunflower? It is yellow in color. Is it? The color of the sunflower is yellow. Is it? What's its shape? It is round or it is in circle. Is it? It is in the form of circle. Is it? Circle. So how many petals they have? How many petals the sunflower have? It has many petals. So its fragrance, it doesn't have, sunflower doesn't have any fragrance, is it? So that's why I am writing here no, is it? So then come to the next flower, that is chrysanthemum. What is the color of the chrysanthemum? You can see many types of the colors in chrysanthemum flower, is it? So yellow, white, pink, purple, is it? It has many colors. So here I am going to write yellow, white. Especially we can see yellow chrysanthemum. Is purple. So what is the shape of this flower? What is the shape of the chrysanthemum flower? It is also circle in shape. Is it? It is circle or round in shape. Then how many petals does this flower have? It has many petals. Is it? So chrysanthemum ಸೇವಂತಿಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು petals ಇರುತ್ತೆ? ಎಷ್ಟು ದಳಗಳಿರುತ್ತೆ? Many. Is it? Many petals. So does it have a fragrance? Yes. The chrysanthemum is a flower. It has a fragrance. That's why I am writing here. Yes. Is it? So these are, what are these? Color, shape, number of petals and fragrance. So these are the characteristics of the flower. So in this table we know about the characteristics of three types of the flower, that is jasmine, sunflower and then chrysanthemum. So now come to conversation. We will going to read the conversation between the teacher and the students. Come, teacher is telling, come let's go to the nearby garden and get introduced to a variety of flowers. Have you seen the garden, children? So teacher taking the students to the garden. Come let's go to the nearby garden and get introduced to a variety of flowers. Is it? So in the garden we can see variety, different colors of the flowers. Is it? And nobody should pick flowers. There is a board, signboard we can see. So don't pick the flowers. Is it? So here also in this textbook, see here there is a signboard called don't pick flowers. Is it? So teacher instruct the students. Teacher instruct the students. Don't pick the flowers. So we are going to nearby garden to see the variety of flowers. Is it? So Hasina is a student. So she is going to asking some questions or clearing some doubts from her teacher. Oh, so many flower blossoms. The garden look very beautiful. That means Hasina is telling his opinion. Hasina telling to his teacher, telling to her teacher about the opinion. She is telling her opinion about the garden. Oh, so many flower blossoms. So many flowers are blossoms. Ishtondu hೂಗಳು ಹರಡಿದೆ. Is it? So the garden look very beautiful. So we are going to garden. That means we are enjoying the different color of the flower, because so many flowers they are blossoming. They have different colors. When our garden is looking very beautiful. ಅಲ್ವಾ? ನೋಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಗಾರ್ಡನ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತೆ? ತುಂಬಾ ಸುಂದರವಾಗಿ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತೆ. So there is also a signboard, don't pick flowers. I already told. Teacher instruct the students, don't pick the flower. So when they enter the garden, there is also a signboard. So what is written on the signboard? Don't pick flowers. So ಹೂಗಳನ್ನು ಕೀಳಬಾರದು ಅಂತ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಹಾಕಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಗಾರ್ಡನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಹೌದಾನೆ? Yes. Then again teacher is talking with the students. So what is that? Yes, follow that instruction. So teacher telling the students follow that instruction. What the instruction should students follow? Don't pluck the flowers. So students should not pluck or pick the flowers. You also practice to grow flowers near home and the school. Teacher is telling to the students. Students, you also practice to grow the flowers near your home or near your school. Nagaraja. So another student name is Nagaraja. Look, there are flowers even that pond. So flowers are also growing in the water. What does that mean? So Nagaraja said that in the pond. So where is the pond? Pond is in the garden. Is it? So you see many flowers are also growing in the water. So children, then again teacher, so asking asking the question to the children. Children, name 3 flowers that grow in water. Now also I am going to ask the same question. Children, tell me the names of the flower. They are growing in the water. So tell me, yes, lotus. What is it? And then lily. So they are growing in water. So another type of this flower, it's called as water iris, water hyacinth. So they are also growing in water. Is it? So the plants are the flowers that grows in water. Name the flowers grows in water. Now Nagarjun told that even in the pond also flowers are there. There are flowers even in that pond. He told like that, is it? So 3 flowers that grow in water. We need to name that flowers. Water iris, and then water hyacinth. So these are the new names. You see, you are not familiar with this, but you are familiar with the lotus and lily. Is it? Lily, water lily, lotus. So they are all flowers. They are growing in water. Is it? They are water bearing plants. They are flower bearing plants. They are flower bearing plants grows in the water. Okay. And then again we will continue the conversation between the students and the teacher. Okay. Do you use flowers, children? Is it, children? The teacher is asking the question. Do you use the flowers? Yes, we are using the flowers. Is it? So, do your family members use flowers? Yes, children. Is it? Our family members are also use flowers. So, do you use flowers, children? Yes, we use. Yes, we use the flowers. Even our family members also they use the flowers. So our family members also use the flowers. Is it? We and then our family members will also use the flowers. So do you grow or buy the flowers, children? Used at home. We use the flowers at home. Is it? For different purposes, for puja, for decoration. Is it? During the, especially we use the flower during the festival or some celebration. Is it? During some function. Is it? So we use the flowers for different purposes. Do you grow or do you buy the flowers, children? So we buy, especially particularly we buy the flowers from the market. So some people they grow the flowers nearby our house or nearby your school. Is it? So some people they grow flowers near the garden. So that is in your maybe in the house or in near the house. Okay. So we use the flowers for different purposes, but we buy the flowers from the market for our use. Is it? So children, we will continue the conversation. So again the Girija, she is talking with the teacher. She is going to answer the teacher question. Shahina's father has a flower star. Shahina is another student. Girija is telling Shahina's father has a flower star. Shahina's father or appana ಏನಿದೆ flower star ಇದೆ. So Shahina's father has a flower star. So Vijaya again talking with the teacher. Shahina from where do you get flowers? So, Girija is telling to the teacher, that is, Shaina's father has a flower star. Flower star, is it? Flower star. Who's this flower star? Shaina's father. So Shaina, from where do you get flower? Again, another student called Vijaya. She's asking the question to Shahaina. From where do you get the flowers? ನಿಮಗೆ ಹೂಗಳು ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ತಗೋತೀಯಾ, ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ? From where do you get flowers? So Shaina is talking with the Vijaya. My father buy flowers from the market. So as usual, we also buy the flowers from the market. But Shaina's father has a flower stall. So that's why he buy the flower or he get the flower from the market. So all of us at home string them. Shaina's father along with other members of his family, they sit and they string the flowers at home. So ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಫ್ಲವರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅವರು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಪೋಣಿಸ್ತಾರೆ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, they make some what is that called, garland, like that. So teacher again telling or talking with the Shaina. So Shaina, what's the price of jasmine flower per kg? So Shaina is talking or asking the question to the teacher is asking the question to the Shaina. So Shaina, what is the price of jasmine flower per kg? Per kg means for 1 kg. So 1 kg is ಏನು price? What is the rate? So ಏನು ಬೆಲೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. How do you sell it after you string them? So ಅದನ್ನು string ಮಾಡೋಣ. After you string it, after the flower is still stringing, then how do you sell it? How do you sell to the people? So what is the price? So what is the price of the flower per 1 kg? So the Shaina answered the question to the teacher. Today's price of jasmine flower is 250 per kg. So today's price. She is telling about the price of the jasmine flower. What is the cost of or price of the jasmine flower? It is about 250 per kg. The price, today's price of jasmine flower, how much? It is about 250 per kg for 1 kg. Is it? So then, how do you sell it or how do you sell it after stringing after you string them? ಅದನ್ನ ಕಟ್ಟಿದ ಮೇಲೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ಹಾರ ಮಾಡಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಎಷ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವು ಮಾರ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತೀರಾ. How do you sell it after string them? After you string them. So today's price, what is the today's price of jasmine flower that is told by the Shaina? It is about 250 for 1 kg. So this sell, that means Shaina again is answering the question for her teacher. We shall have ₹10 for a cubit length. So for a cubit length, how much of cost? It is about 10 rupees. Is it, children? So it is about 10 rupees. 10 rupees for 1 cubit. So how much? So how much it costs for 1 cubit? What is the cubit, children? So for 1 cubit, how much it costs? It's about 10 rupees for the jasmine flower. Is it? So do you know about the cubit length, children? So again the teacher asking the same question. So what is that? Do you know about the cubic length and the yard? Cubic length and yard. Do you know, the children? You also cubic are all the informal measurements. Is it? What are they? They are informal measurement. Especially it is used by the flower sellers, flower buyers. Is it? So people who string the flowers, people who sell the flowers, people who buy the flowers, they use this informal measurements. They are called as cubit, length and yard. Is it, children? So for 1 cubit, how much it costs? It's about 10 rupees according to the Shaina, because she is answering the question for our teacher. Again we will continue the conversation, children. Yes, Fatima is telling to the teacher, yes, 1 yard it is equal to 4 cubit length. So here 1 yard is equal to 4 cubit length. So cubit means it is smaller than the yard. So 1 yard it is equal to 4 cubit length. Understand me, children? So 1 yard is 4 cubit length. So even from this finger to here it is a 1 cubit. So 1 cubit it is equal to 4. So 1 yard that is equal to 4 cubit length. This much it is how much? 4 times. So that is equal to, yes, 1 yard. So ಇದನ್ನ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಯೂಬಿಟ್ ಮೊಳ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನ ಮಾರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? So see here 1 yard that is equal to 4 cubit length. So cubit ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮೊಳ. Okay. So 1 hand it is equal to 4 cubit length. Cubit length. Okay, we will continue this conversation. Teacher, so these are units of informal measurements. Teacher is explaining the students. So what is that? These are units of informal measurements, which are that cubit and length, cubit and then yard. They are all is in unit of informal measurements. So use of this measurement is useful to the people who string flowers, sellers and buyers of flowers. So what type of the people or which people use this informal measurements? So what are these? These are the informal measurements. Informal measurements. So 1 yard it is equal to 4 cubit length. So ಒಂದು yard ಎಷ್ಟಿಗೆ ಸಮ ಇರುತ್ತೆ? 4 cubit length ಗೆ equal ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. So flower ಅನ್ನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ನೋಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, that is called one, that is cubit, 1 cubit. So ಈ ತರ ಮೆಷರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ that is 1 yard. So if the flowers they use and measuring like this, that is equal to 1 yard. So here cubit is smaller than the yard. What it shows? Cubit it is smaller than the yard. That's why 1 yard it is equal to 4 cubit length. And these are all called as informal measurements. What they are? These are the units of cubit and yard. They are the units of informal measurements. So the people who sell flowers, so use of this measurements. Use of this measurements, they are useful to for which people? People who string flowers, ಯಾರು ಕಟ್ತಾರೆ, then who sell the flowers, so ಅವನ್ನ ಮಾರ್ತಾರೆ, and then who buy the flowers, ಯಾರು ಅವುಗಳನ್ನು ತಗೋತಾರೆ. So they are this informal measurements, they are useful for such people. So here cubit and yard, they are the units of informal measurements. These are all useful. These measurements are useful for the people who sell the flowers, who string the flowers and buy the flowers. So children, I hope you are understood about this lesson. So what we learned this, children? We learned about the characteristics of the flowers. Today we learned the characteristics of the flower, is it? And also measurement, informal measurement of the flowers, is it? So we will continue in the next class, children. Thank you. If you have any doubt, call me, students. Thank you, children.